Okay, let me know if this sounds a little too familiar. Every single evening, the exact same argument echoes through the house. You say, that is enough, put the tablet down. Then comes the inevitable, super frustrating protest. Why? You never told me how long I could use it. And finally, you drop the classic, completely defeated parental response, because I said so. You know how it goes. This usually spirals into desperate threats of taking the device away for a week. Everyone ends up angry, doors get slammed, and the supposed rule has magically changed yet again. It's chaotic, it's incredibly frustrating, and look, if you're living this daily negotiation, you are absolutely not alone. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're completely transforming how your household handles technology. Our core goal here is to stop trying to win arguments and start making expectations so exceptionally clear and predictable that kids actually learn responsibility and self-control. We're moving away from those reactive, heat-of-the-moment battles and establishing calm boundaries that actually work for the whole family, saving everyone a whole lot of unnecessary stress.
So here's our roadmap to get you out of the emotional chaos. We're going to cover 1. Why vague screen rules fail. 2. Create rules before the conflict. 3. The 3-rule family plan. 4. Calm and consistent follow-through. And 5. The 7-day family reset. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. Why vague screen rules fail, and how we can move away from reactive parenting. Let's figure out the real root causes of those daily screen time frustrations.
Well, there are 5 really common reasons our rules fail, and honestly, you might recognize a few of your own habits here. First, rules usually fail because they're created exactly when the parent gets frustrated, which feels totally unpredictable to the child. Second, they're just too vague. Saying don't use it too much literally means nothing to an 8-year-old. Their definition of too much is wildly different from yours. Third, inconsistency based on adult moods. This is a huge trap. One day they get 30 minutes, but the next day you have a massive work deadline, so they mysteriously get 2 hours. Actually, it subtly teaches them that the rule's just based on how stressed you are. Fourth, and this is a big one, the rule applies only to the child. You can't declare a no phones at dinner mandate while you're covertly scrolling through emails under the table. Kids learn from what we model for sure. And fifth, enforcing rules through unrelated punishments, like taking away a device for a month. That just makes them focus on how unfair you're being, rather than learning how to manage their tech. All right, moving on to Section 2, create rules before the conflict, which is all about setting boundaries in calm moments.
Now, this is a literal game changer in how we communicate. Take the statement, stop using your phone so much. That's an opinion, right? It invites debate. You'll immediately hear, I'm not using it that much. My friends use it way more. It's a losing battle. But compare that to, phones stay out of bedrooms overnight and charge in the kitchen. That is an observable routine. It's a physical fact. Clear rules like this dramatically reduce the number of exhausting decisions you have to make during the day. The child doesn't have to constantly ask for permission, and you don't have to invent a new response on the fly. When you do establish these rules, make sure to do it during a calm family moment, not while they're right in the middle of a high-stakes video game match. And keep your reasoning really short. For example, we need sleep to feel well and learn, so devices will charge outside the bedroom. That's it. Full stop. A rule does not become stronger just because you deliver a 20-minute lecture on the neuroscience of blue light. Keep it simple. And hey, invite older kids to participate by asking things like, what warning would help you stop more easily? When they help build this system, they're way more likely to respect it. Section 3, the 3-rule family plan. Here's how we build a clear, observable routine without overwhelming the whole house. The core philosophy here is that a giant list of rules is just too hard to remember and enforce. We really only need 3. Rule number 1 is protect connection. You need to choose at least one regular screen-free family space or time. Family meals are the classic example. Picture a calm scene where everyone, and yes, I mean you adults with your urgent group chats too, puts their phones away in a shared charging area. You're fiercely protecting family connection time, and you're modeling the exact behavior you want to see. Rule number 2 is absolutely crucial for everyone's sanity. Protect sleep. What's really interesting here is how it establishes a physical, structural boundary. We aren't just relying on a tired kid's willpower at 9 p.m. We're creating a shared location outside the bedrooms where devices sleep for the night. So all devices charge in the kitchen before the bedtime routine even starts. This ensures sleep is protected without turning into a nightly tug of war in the bedroom doorway. Out of sight genuinely helps with out of mind. Rule 3, place screens inside the daily order. Look, technology isn't the enemy here. It just needs a defined place in a balanced day alongside movement, chores, and reading. A fantastic tool for this is the first-then approach. It's a super simple script. First homework, then tablet time, or first dinner, then we can watch one episode together. Screens aren't forbidden, they just have their designated slot, which completely removes that constant begging throughout the afternoon.
Now, I can already hear you asking, what about weekends? What about holidays? Don't worry, consistency doesn't mean a rigid military schedule. It means being flexible in your timing, but consistent in your principles. If it's a Saturday, maybe they get a little extra time. But the secret here is to name the exceptions clearly. Say, tonight is family movie night, so the usual limit is different, but tomorrow we return to our regular routine. If you explain the exception out loud, it stays an exception. If you silently let it slide just because you're tired, it becomes an unspoken rule change that is definitely going to cause an argument tomorrow.
Section 4. Calm and consistent follow-through. Let's talk about how to handle the inevitable breakdowns.
Because let's be real, kids are kids and they are absolutely going to test the boundaries. When a rule is broken, you need calm follow-through, not dramatic punishments. Step 1, describe what happened without attacking who they are. Say, the timer ended and you started another round, instead of you never listen and you're so irresponsible. Step 2, help them complete the action. Gently but firmly say, you need to save the game and put the device away now. Step 3, use a related and proportionate response. If they went 15 minutes over today, they just get 15 minutes less tomorrow. Whatever you do, please avoid empty threats like taking the iPad away for a month. If you don't actually intend to do it, it totally destroys your credibility for next time. So the wording you use during these tense moments is a huge deal. Here's what calm parent language actually sounds like. Before you begin, let's agree on the ending time. Or, you have 10 minutes left. Do not begin a new episode. Or my absolute favorite for shared accountability, the rule is no phones during dinner. Mine is going away too. These specific, calm scripts communicate respect, they model the behavior, and they completely shut down any attempt to turn the boundary into a debate. Finally, Section 5, the 7-day family reset. This is your actual homework assignment to make this explainer work for you. For the next week, just 7 days, I challenge you not to try and fix every single digital habit in your home. That's a fast track to burnouts. Instead, just do these 4 straightforward steps. First, write down just 3 simple rules. 1 for connection, 1 for sleep, and 1 for the routine. Second, pick the exact physical location where devices are going to charge. Third, agree in advance on the warning system for when screen time ends. And fourth, I literally cannot stress this enough, you have got to ensure the adults follow these rules too. For this whole thing to succeed, it has to be a team effort. Then, at the end of the week, sit down together and ask yourselves, which rule worked best? Which one caused difficulty? Was something unclear or inconsistently applied? What one adjustment can we make? Look, perfection is absolutely not the goal here. Families make mistakes, routines change. Kids are still going to get disappointed when screen time ends. The real victory is creating a resilient system where you can look at what went wrong, adjust it together, and restart the next day without any shame or screaming. I want to leave you all with this final, provocative thought to chew on. Is your rule a living family tool, or is it just a punishment list hanging on the wall? Effective screen time rules don't depend on who has the loudest voice in the room. They depend on clarity, predictability, and shared family responsibility. When everyone understands the rule before the conflict even starts, you stop fighting the technology and you start using it to build a balanced home. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer, and hey, good luck with your 7-day reset. You've got this.